Have you ever wondered if simply through breathing and water we could renew our tired lungs after 40 years of living? At middle age, our breaths become shorter, our hearts beat faster, and sometimes just climbing a few stairs leaves us winded. For those who've had mild asthma, that feeling is even more pronounced. But here's something fascinating. There's a simple, natural, and effective way to improve your breathing: swimming in warm, humid water. Today, I want to share with you a story about how swimming can nurture the lungs and restore your breath. Not through medicine, but through the natural rhythm of your body. Before we begin, leave a comment with the number 1 if you've ever felt that your breathing isn't as deep as it used to be. I once met a man named Min, 45 years old, living in California. He'd had asthma since childhood, and after turning 40, things seemed to get worse. Whenever the weather turned cold, he felt tightness in his chest and shortness of breath. But instead of avoiding exercise, he chose to visit the pool near his home. At first, he just wanted to move a little, but after a few weeks, something remarkable happened. He could breathe more easily, sleep better, and those late-night coughs almost disappeared. When he told me this, I wasn't surprised. In the medical world, swimming has long been considered one of the most ideal forms of exercise for people with mild asthma. But what's even more interesting is why it works so well. Pool air is humid, which helps keep the airways from drying out or becoming irritated. For people with asthma, dry air is the enemy. It makes the bronchial lining contract, triggering sudden attacks. In a moist environment, however, the lungs feel lubricated and breathing becomes smoother, softer, easier. Imagine a flute. When it's dry, the sound is harsh. When moistened, it becomes warm and resonant. But that's not all. When we swim, every deep inhale and slow exhale underwater becomes an exercise for the diaphragm and lungs. Each time you take a deep breath, hold it for a few seconds, then exhale gently underwater. Your lungs stretch and expand their oxygen exchange capacity. Research by the American Lung Association shows that people who swim regularly 2 to 3 times a week have 10 to 15% greater lung capacity than those who don't exercise. And you know what's even more magical? It's the pressure of the water itself. When submerged, your chest must work against that pressure to draw air in. This naturally strengthens your respiratory muscles. It's like wearing light weights during a walk. Your lungs get a subtle, effortless workout each time you swim. There's another reason why swimming becomes an unnamed medicine for people over 40, the rhythm of breathing. As you let yourself flow with the water, inhaling deeply, holding, then exhaling slowly through your nose, your body enters a state of neurological balance. The parasympathetic nervous system, the one that helps you relax, is activated. In other words, swimming not only strengthens your lungs, it also calms your mind and eases your spirit. If you've ever stepped into a pool early in the morning, when the surface is still and quiet, you know that feeling. Each breath becomes a gentle conversation between your body and the water. Not rushed, not noisy. The body feels young again, and the mind turns still. I once heard a pulmonologist say, "Swimming is meditation in water. It teaches you to respect every breath." It sounds poetic, but it's also profoundly true. After 40, our lung capacity naturally declines with age. Regular swimming reopens those forgotten air spaces in the lungs, like cleaning out an old room and letting light flow back in. If you're still watching, comment "OK" to let me know this resonates with you. Because the moment you become aware of your breathing is the moment your journey to heal your lungs begins. Now, let's talk about how to start safely and correctly. Many people hesitate to swim because they fear cold water or triggering an asthma attack. But the truth is, it's not about how well you swim. It's about how you breathe in the water. Choose a clean, warm pool with mild chlorine levels, around 80 to 28 to 30 degrees, is ideal. In most US community pools, you can find heated sections perfect for this. Before entering the water, warm up for 5 or 10 minutes, rotate your shoulders, wrists, and ankles, and take a few deep breaths. Once in the water, don't rush to swim laps. Just practice breathing in the water. Inhale deeply through your mouth, submerge your face, then exhale slowly through your nose, making tiny bubbles on the surface. Each round helps your lungs adjust to the water's pressure and trains your exhale to be longer, smoother. What matters most is not forcing your breath or competing. This isn't a race, it's a journey. Each breath should be gentle and rhythmic. You can start with 10 minutes and gradually extend to 20 or 30, depending on your stamina. If you ever feel tightness in your chest or start coughing, stop, rest, and try again another day. Here's a small tip I learned from a respiratory coach. After swimming, sit by the pool, place your hand on your chest, close your eyes, and simply feel your breathing. You'll notice your breath deepens, your heartbeat slows, and warmth rises from within. That's a sign your respiratory system is healing. There's another beautiful benefit few people mention. Swimming also balances your emotions. When we're stressed, our bodies release cortisol, a hormone that tightens respiratory muscles and increases the chance of asthma attacks. Studies from Stanford University found that exercising in humid environments like pools can lower cortisol levels by up to 30% after just 20 minutes. That's likely why regular swimmers tend to sleep better and feel calmer. At this point, you might be thinking, I'm over 40. Is it too late to start? The answer is, it's never too late. The human body has a remarkable ability to adapt. Whether you begin at 45, 55, or even 65, your lungs can still improve. Picture each breath in the water as a note in a song, and you're the musician learning to conduct the rhythm of your own life. I've seen seniors in Florida who still swim slowly every morning, smiling as they lift their heads above the surface. They don't swim to compete, they swim to live longer, breathe better, and feel fully alive. What truly matters isn't how many laps you swim, it's how many deep breaths you take in your lifetime. Sometimes, health doesn't lie in medicine, it lives in every breath we dare to take fully. Swimming isn't just a sport, it's a way to reconnect with your body, your breath, and the quiet peace within your soul. In the water, we learn to slow down, to listen to the heartbeat, to the lungs, and to life itself becoming lighter with every breath. If you're looking for a natural way to restore your lungs, try stepping into the water. You might not only become healthier, you might rediscover what it truly feels like to be alive again, in a world that's moving too fast. Subscribe to the channel for more stories and guidance about breathing, movement, and the art of living slowly. And remember, every deep breath you take is a moment of youth returned.